All right. Oh, nice keeper striper. Get him, Wes. All right. A little excitement there. So Wes just caught this beautiful striper on chicken liver, and we are going to convert him into some fish tacos. One of the most important things when you get a striper you want to keep is to bleed him. This fish hasn't been hit in the head or anything. Here's how we're going to bleed him. It's got my old bait knife here, and I have a bucket in the boat. Just go inside the gill right here. You don't have to make a really deep cut. It's going to go like this. There we go. Just like that. So now he's bleeding. I'll put him head first into the bucket. We'll let that fish bleed out in the bucket, and then we'll get him on ice. And that's going to ensure that we have really white meat, really high quality fillets when we fillet the fish, and I'll show you. Hello anglers, Cal Kellogg here. As you can see, Wes Ward and I had a productive striper fishing outing in the West Delta last week. We were out there soaking bait. We had a lot of action. It was a lot of fun. You can count on that striper action to get better and better in the coming weeks, and we should have productive bait fishing all the way up until Christmas. As long as the clarity is decent and the water remains above 50 degrees, those stripers are going to bite, and they're going to bite on things like live bullheads, brine shad, the ever popular chicken livers, all that kind of stuff. You know, we're going to be out there sitting in our boats listening to the NFL and watching those rods work in the balancers. Speaking of rods, I want to take a minute to talk about my SHS series of rods. I looked for these 8-foot rods for a long time. I finally found exactly what I wanted, and they are proven to be deadly for our bay and delta fisheries. I wanted an 8-foot 2-piece rod. I wanted an 8-foot rod because it offers a lot of advantages when fighting fish, when trolling, when doing stuff like that. But I wanted a 2-piece rod because they're easier to transport. I wanted a rod with a long handle. I wanted a trigger stick. I wanted a rod with a medium fast action and a sensitive tip. I wanted a sensitive tip so you could see bites, so you could see lures working on the rod, but I wanted plenty of backbone as well, both for fighting fish and dealing with the heavier weights you need to use sometimes. Now, when I was out there with Wes last week, when the current was at its apex, I was using all the way up to a 6-ounce sinker with this rod, and I was impressed with the way it performed. I thought 6 ounces would be a little heavy. I was able to cast it, retrieve it, set the hook, no problem at all. These rods are available in our store for $90. We've sold a bunch of them, and sales just keep rolling forward. This is a lot of rod for $90. I've got some feedback down here from guys that have purchased them that have already gone out and caught fish on them. Phil D says, Kel, the HS series of rods are a home run. Joel from Livermore, he bought one of our salmon lure kits along with an SHS rod. He fished out of Rio Vista. He caught his first ever Delta salmon on one of these rods teamed with a Toman spinner. He got an 11.5 pound chromer, and he can't wait to catch another. And Thad R from Oakland, he got a pair of these rods. He's already caught a limit of halibut while drifting live bait in the bay. He caught a limit of stripers while trolling with his buddy in the Delta, and he came back, he bought 2 more of these rods for his dad, so they're outfitted with a quartet of these rods for when they hit the Delta, you know, later this fall for salmon, stripers, whatever. So if you're looking for a rod, you know, a versatile rod that you can use for live bait drifting in the bay, striper trolling in the Delta, striper bait fishing in the Delta, as well as salmon trolling in the Delta and upriver, you want an 8-foot SHS rod. They're $90. There's a lot of value there. They are perfect for our fisheries. I've been fishing these fisheries my whole life, and I am very pleased with the performance of this rod, and I am even more pleased with the price point. You know, you could go out, you could spend $200, $300 on a striper and halibut rod. You don't have to. I've got everything you need right here. $90, 8 feet, 2 pieces, out the door, and it flat out performs. Anyway, I'm Cal Kellogg. Wes will throw up a link to the store here somewhere. I want to thank all you guys for supporting the Fish Hunt Shoot YouTube channel. Without you guys, we wouldn't have a channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please take a moment to subscribe now. I will catch you next time right here on YouTube. I'm Kel Kellogg. I'm signing off. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.